All right, it is time to do our CSS battle. Starting the stopwatch over to CSS battle and clicking on today's daily target. Looks like some grab rails, handrails that are mounted close together for some reason. We're going to start by trying to go somewhat quickly. I don't usually use repeating gradients when I'm trying to go quickly, but this time I'm going to because it makes sense. I'm going to do a radial gradient. It's going to go from the dark color. Is it? Is it? Nope, it's going to be white. Then dark, which is 222. Then yellow. I think that's right. Okay, it's going to get 1Q for the aspect ratio. The white color is going to be, I don't know what it is, 20 pixels more, 30, 40, maybe. The dark color is going to be something like 60 pixels. It's going to have a 0 in front of it, so we get a hard edge. And then that doesn't need anything. We're going to need to position this, but we're going to wait for that. We're going to get it to repeat both horizontally and vertically first. We're going to start out with a repeat horizontal of about 200 pixels and see if that's close. That is pretty close, but all my sizes are wrong. That's actually, I think, a little bit big. 180 might be closer. I don't know. It's hard to tell because the sizes aren't right. All right, so let's make the sizes better. Well, let's position it up screen a little bit. Let's say minus, I don't know what it is, 80 pixels. 70. 60. Okay. Now we can start getting stuff, I think, maybe closer. 80. 200? It is 200. The offset's wrong, but that's okay. We can deal with that. Let's try to get the offset right, and then we can deal with the sizes. So let's say 10 pixels minus 10. Okay. This is taking too long. This is why I don't do gradients when I'm trying to go fast. 30. Looks right. One thing that could be causing trouble here is we're styling the body. Let's try to style just the HTML. Is that minus 2? Is it 0? 0 looks right. All right, then let's change this to 50. Okay, that's got that working. Now I need a vertical repeat. And maybe I can keep this from repeating on screen. Let's start it. That's going to be too much, but I did it. So, I don't know. Maybe that's not that bad. 50. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. 0. Minus 10. Okay. This is less. Let's try 150. That's kind of close. It's long. 10. 20. Nope. 15. And then 130. 25. And then it's going to repeat on screen, I'm afraid. 120. 35? Nope, 30. Okay, yeah, it repeats on screen again. Which is a problem that we have to deal with. How do we want to deal with it? Well, if I'm doing it this way, I mean, I might as well just do it. Let's go border. It's going to be this color, solid, this color, I don't know, 50 pixels. That can't be all jammed together. And I'm using the border as a bit of a mask around the outside. It messed up all of my locations for my gradient, but we can fix that. 0. And this needs to go minus 50 or something. And this needs to go minus 20. Okay, my border's a little too much. 40. And then this goes minus 10. This goes minus 40. There. Those are the right locations for those things. And I mean, I hadn't planned on doing it this way, but I'm doing it this way. Let's do a linear gradient from transparent to white to transparent. It's going to be, do we need all that? Yeah. Is it drawing at all? No, because it's underneath. Because it's underneath. It can't be underneath. It needs to be on top. There. Now we need this to be, I don't know what it is, 50 pixels. And what is the diameter of our white circles? It's 30, so this needs to be 60 pixels, 110 pixels. This can be 0, and then this can just be 0. Okay, there is a bar. Yeah, I didn't think that through. Did not think that through. That can't be there. It has to be down here. Margin. Let's call it 0 on top, and let's call it, I don't know, 80 on the sides. Too much. 60, right, because I have that border in there, so it's less than I think. Now the top doesn't need to be that big. I just picked a number. Let's call it 10. Let's call it 20. And then let's call this 70, 80, 80. And there's that one. Now we just have to force this to repeat. So 0, 0 on the position. We can say horizontal repeat can be 400. And vertical repeat is the same as the other, so 120 pixels, and that should be a solution. It took me almost 8 minutes to do that. That's why I don't do gradients when I'm trying to go fast, and I did it anyway. Yeah, I don't even love this. I don't love this. I don't love this very much. Let's go ahead. Unit replace, minify, submit, gridify. The first part with the dots is okay-ish. My initial thoughts was to go ahead and do a radial gradient, draw the black circles, just the black circles, and then use something to make this pill shape. Let's try that. So that means we're not starting with white, we're just starting with black. It's not black, but you know. And then let's get rid of this because it's just going to confuse me. Yeah, that's what I want to draw to start with. And then I was just going to do the body as this thing. It's going to do border radius 9-inch, something big. Background, I hit caps lock, of white. Margin of, I don't know, 70. 70, 200, 70? Why is it way down there? That confuses me. 50, 30, 100. Okay, 150, 40 needs to be up higher, doesn't it? 20. That looks like the right height. Now it just needs to be wider, which means I can get rid of this completely and just do 50, 40. Sorry. Don't know who that is, so you can leave a message. 45? Nope. Other way, 35. 30. All right, there's what I was going for, and then we can just box shadow 0, 100, and I think it's 20. And it's got a big white. That was my initial plan, was more like this. Is this better or worse? Just shorter. It's 179 instead of 197. That's unit replace, minify, submit, critify. Um, is this great? Still no is the answer. Still no was the answer. But it was much faster than the previous solution, which was my fast one. I mean, if we're going to try some box shadowy stuff, then let's try some box shadowy stuff, though, right? That kind of makes some sense. What if background were just yellow? And we didn't have a border. And the body. See, I'm going to run into problems if I make the body. So if I make the body the dark circle, then the paragraph has to be bigger than the body, which is doable. It just doesn't. You have to play with you have to manipulate the body into not expanding to cover its contents. But what if we just left the body what it was? And the background, yeah, let's do the background differently. Let's do the background as 2. Let's put the border radius up there. It's not inheriting. Let's do that. We can't see the border radius on the HTML right now because it's at the edges of the viewport. So let's margin in the HTML to the center of the screen. That's going to be, I don't know what it is. Let's do like 100, 150. And we lost our outline. We deleted it. Outline 1Q, solid red. There is the thing. And we can see the body inside of it. Top and bottom need to be more 150. Does it have a height? I'm going to get rid of all the styling on the body for a minute. All right, so margin 150, 150. How's it deciding its height? Background border radius outline. Okay, that's okay. Now I need the sides to come in, right? So 150 there. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. Anyway, here we are. I was wrong on, was I? I'm not sure I want a background set right now. I do want color to be 2s because I'm going to box shadow this thing a few times. Let's do 50 pixels. 50 pixels. It's in its own way right now, but that's okay because that's not where it goes. So let's do 80. Nope. 60. This one, let's try 100. Okay. Then the next one's going to be 100 pixels minus 60 pixels. The next one's going to be 100 pixels. Nope. Wait. Yeah. 100 pixels. No. Minus 100 pixels. 60 pixels. And then minus 100 pixels minus 60 pixels. And that's got those dots that I needed. Now, we need to deal with the body. So let's select it and let's move the outline to just the body. We can see a little bitty dot right over here that is that thing. Let's do margin 0 for a minute. And then let's try bigger. Let's do margin minus 50. So, a couple interesting things here. We're getting the box shadow inherited. I'm going to turn that off. Box shadow, and we'll say 0, 0 because we want it to be valid. All right, so now we can make that 10 and minus 80. Now, instead of just turning the box shadow off, let's use the box shadow. But first, let's set a color, and the color is going to be FFF. And the box shadow is going to go 0 horizontally, but I don't know what it is, 80 pixels down. 70. That's the problem. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. We'll see. So right now, that is kind of in the way. But if we make that different, we can do this. And then we can say 0 minus 60 pixels. And then we have to deal with the background. Can we deal with the background just with this? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, right. I mean, we can deal with that with selectors, can we? We can deal with it that way. That's an option. Get rid of the outline. That's 181. We had 178. We can unit replace and save some characters here. Minify, submit, prettify, ununit replace. Now the question is, can we be clever enough with our box shadow to make it work? So we have a 60 and a minus 60, so we have those up here. Let's turn off the box shadow completely. All right, we get that. So we need this 100 pixels to go to 0, this 100 pixels to go to 0. So what is 100 pixels in units, in like character units? 14x. So that's going to be that. That's going to be that. And then what is 60 pixels in character units? 8.4x minus, and then let's do these as 14x2. And then in theory down here we can say font 0. I got that. Yeah. That should still be a match. That should be less character. Yeah, it shows 162. We can also try, we can save a couple characters by trying Q's, 63Q. Oop, that last one wasn't a match. So let's undo the last thing. All right. Evidently X are no bueno. Let's try the previewer. Maybe something in my browser setup. So let's grab all this, put that there. Let's get copy image address, put it in the previewer, and let's check the diff. Yeah, look at that. Okay. That is what, the horizontal spacing? So what if it were 9? Oh no, that's up and down. So it's the 14. 13? Yeah, the X units are not the same in my browser as they are in pure Chromium. So let's try something else. Let's try something longer, of course. Oh wait, there's 7.5 chuff. That must be wrong. 60, yeah, that's supposed to be the 100, sorry. All right, what is the cha equivalent? 12.5 cha characters. See if it's okay with that. No, still not okay. Let's look at that one over in the previewer. Nope. Not happy with that either, are we? Not quite. It's close. Oh, because I'm still using X here, aren't I? All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's do 60 pixels. And we didn't like X. Let's try characters. Let's try that and see if that works. That does indeed work. Now let's try what we were doing before. Let's try 63Q. Sometimes 3 works, sometimes 4 works. Neither look great. Sometimes only pixels work. Yep, pixels today. All right, this video is long enough. I'm at 23 minutes. If you don't know, there is a new battle going on CSSBattle. So just opened yesterday, I think. So a couple targets on that are open and available if people want to play. Anyone. Anyway, that's it. I'll quit jabbering. Thanks for watching. See you next time.